What's up guys, today I've got my hands on the new Xiaomi Smart Band 8 Pro. It's super affordable in price. You can pick this up right now for only £54. Thereafter, normal price will be £59. This is my full review to show you what this thing can do and how good it really is. Now first of all, quick look at what you get inside the box. So you're basically getting some paperwork and a charger and the watch itself. Now the design of the watch is quite nice. You have a metal frame going all the way around, finished in this shiny metallic black color. The back feels and looks like plastic, and you have your health sensors in the middle. And that is a 4-channel monitoring module consisting of optical heart rate and pulse oximeter. Furthermore, the straps are made from silicone and they do have a brand new quick release design. So you basically press the button and pull to release the strap. To fix it back on, you're simply pushing it in and you will hear a click. So easy as that, really liking those straps. Now on the side, there are no buttons. In fact, there are no buttons anywhere on this watch. Complete buttonless design, so you have to navigate with this touchscreen only. Lack of home button and power button does feel a bit strange, as I always find myself reaching to press a button on the right, so buttonless design does take a while to get used to. The watch dimensions are as follows: 46mm by 33.3mm, and in thickness it's only 9.9mm, and it weighs 38.3 grams with the straps on. Now this is how it looks on my wrist. I have a wrist circumference of 7 inches, and this watch feels so light and comfortable with such a nice large AMOLED display, yet it does not feel big thanks to the aspect ratio and design. So I have to say I'm actually quite comfortable with the design and how this watch feels on my wrist. And speaking of the display, you are looking at a 1.74 inch AMOLED display with a screen resolution of 336 by 480. For this price point, the screen is absolutely gorgeous. Furthermore, it's also a responsive full screen touchscreen, and the system OS itself is a custom user-friendly OS by Xiaomi. So this watch does not have Wear OS. It is a very basic OS with a basic chipset. There is also no built-in Wi-Fi either. Furthermore, this watch functions by connecting your smartphone via Bluetooth 5.3, and your health data gets automatically synced between the two. The watch also benefits from a multi-satellite GPS built in. Furthermore, I believe this watch does not support Bluetooth phone calls. Furthermore, you do have 24-hour smart heart rate monitoring, which is on by default. I also went and switched on all-day blood oxygen monitoring. That's something that I always need in my smartwatches. And this also has all-day stress monitoring, which you can see I've switched on. Now, when it comes to sleep monitoring, I've also switched on both advanced monitoring and breathing score. These two are usually off by default, but I switched them on as I want that advanced monitoring. Now, speaking of sleep monitoring, let's talk about it. This watch does a pretty decent job at tracking your sleep, and it does support multiple sleep stages. Now, this specific night in question, I wore 3 devices to track my sleep, just to test the sleep accuracy. I wore a smart ring, I wore another smartwatch, and this Xiaomi Smart Band 8 Pro. I went to sleep realistically at around 9:15 AM. I was fast asleep by 9:30 AM. This smart ring and the other watch achieved very similar results, and they both reported that I was asleep by 9:30 AM. The Xiaomi Smart Band 8 Pro reported that I went to sleep an hour later than them 2 devices. So it recorded 10:39, but the wake up time was the same on all 3 devices. So wake up time was accurate. This watch reported 1 hour less sleep. That is the difference. It thinks I went to sleep 1 hour later than it actually shows. So might not be a big deal, but thought I'd mention it. And it does accurately show sleep stages as well. So 10:39 I went to sleep. I woke up at 3:30 AM. Wake up, have a shower, do my prayers. And then I went back to sleep and so that's the second sleep stage. I went back to sleep at 5:37 AM. And then I woke up at 8:56 AM. So total score 7 hours and 7 minutes of sleep time. So overall, very happy with how this records sleep. For the price of this watch, this does an unbelievably good job. I can forgive that 1 hour lapse, and I can also tell you it doesn't happen every single time. It was just a one-off that night. Every other night it's been pretty accurate. So all in all, pretty good sleep tracking and presented nicely on the watch and in the app. Now let's talk battery life. This watch has a 289 milliamp hour battery, and the included magnetic charger can get you from 0 to 100% in just 80 minutes. So Xiaomi quotes a 14-day battery life, in the default mode with always on display off. And that is somewhat true. You can achieve close to that figure. But if you activate 24/7 mode for all health features and you leave always on display off, you can still expect around 10 days of battery life, which is great. Another usage scenario, I switched on all health tracking. That's 24/7 heart rate, 24/7 SpO2 and stress monitoring. I switched on the advanced sleep and breathing modes, and I switched on always on display as well. And the battery still lasted over 4.5 days. So this watch, no matter what, will give you a great battery life. Now, quick look at the smartphone app. It's called the Mi Fitness app, and it shows you your health metrics at a glance. As soon as you open the app, it automatically pairs and syncs all the data to your phone, and you can view all detailed reports of these metrics by simply tapping on one of them, and it gives you day, month, week records of these stats. If you tap on the device section, it will give you a whole bunch of settings to play with, and I'll quickly go through them with you. So you've got your watch faces, app notifications, incoming calls, you've got background permissions, alarm, tasks, weather, world clock, heart rate, sleep monitoring, and so on and so forth. So you can see all the other options you have here. You can play around with your widgets, move things up and down. You can change the order of the widgets. You can sort your apps as well in the order of your choice. Vibration, do not disturb, find device, and then you've got firmware updates, etc. So under the profile section, you can set your goals amongst some other options, and you can integrate it within some third-party data. So very simple to use and nicely laid out smartphone app. Furthermore, this watch has 5 ATM water resistance. I have worn it in a shower a few times with no issues. I've not had a chance to go out swimming with it, but this does support pool swimming, so it can record all your strokes, your distance, your timings, etc. All right, so let's talk about watch faces. This smartwatch has a number of watch faces built in. To change your watch face, just keep the center press for 2 seconds, and then the screen will zoom out slightly. You will even feel some haptic feedback. And then you can basically swipe left or right and select a different watch face. And there are plenty of watch faces to choose from. Now you can also download free watch faces from within the smartphone app. And you basically start with 10 default watch faces. I started downloading a whole bunch of watch faces to see if there's any restriction or limits on how many watch faces I can download. So I was able to download 5 more watch faces before I was shown the not enough storage space available message. And then if you wanted to download more watch faces, you have to delete a few existing ones in order to download more. Okay, so now I'm going to give you guys a quick taste of some of the default watch faces available on this watch. Let's go through the watch features. If you swipe down from the top, you will see your notifications, and these are all pushed from your phone and they are read only, so you cannot reply to any of these notifications. If you swipe towards the right, you will see quick toggles for common settings like battery saver, brightness, screen lock, and more. If you swipe towards the left, you will see your health tiles, starting off with your weather, and at the bottom you have a shortcut to a more commonly used workout. If we swipe again, you've got your health metrics, you've got heart rate, sleep tracking, and SpO2 monitoring. If we swipe again, you've got stopwatch, timer, and music player. Now this music player is simply a remote for any music playing on your phone. So if you're playing some music on, say, YouTube Music, for example, the name of the song and the artist will be played at the top. You'll have the options to control the music, so play and pause, skip tracks, and you've even got volume control. But this music will not play on the watch. There's no loudspeaker on the watch. The music's going to play on your phone. So this is simply a music remote for your phone. If we keep going, you've got your 7-day vitality score here. And if we swipe again, you've got your quick toggles again, and then back to the watch face. All right, so it's now time to test the health sensors. Okay, so this is a medical grade oximeter that records your heart rate and SpO2 levels. So we're going to compare it to the watch. We're currently measuring our heart rate on the watch. The oximeter is already giving us 82 beats per minute. And you can see here 83, 82 versus 84, 82 versus 84, 83 versus 83. Momentarily it's gone down to 80. That's also gone down to 80. So it looks like we're quite neck and neck here. 79, 80, 80. Pretty much similar results, guys. That's interesting. Now let's check out our blood oxygen reading. I'll do a new fresh reading, and I have to keep still while it measures. Now the oximeter is giving us 95% blood oxygen reading, 94% now versus 99%. So I'm going to do another reading. We'll try it for the second time and see if it helps. All right, so second time round, 97. But the oximeter is still giving us 94. It's actually giving us 93% now and 97. So that is what you can expect from blood oxygen readings on the watch. So there you have it, guys. That was the Xiaomi Smartband 8 Pro. For £54, you're getting great value for your money. I absolutely love the slim and light design. AMOLED screen is big and beautiful, and the always on display mode looks great. Other perks include built-in GPS, awesome battery life, even with every feature switched on. You've got fast charging and you've got an accurate heart rate sensor. You can see we have a long list of pros, making this very attractive fitness watch for the price. But there are a few caveats to consider. So there's no button at all, making navigation a bit tricky. Sometimes you will need to swipe backwards multiple times just to get back to the watch face, whereas a button would be instant. Also, Bluetooth calls would have been nice. I would actually pay slightly extra to have that feature on this watch. But then if this watch did support Bluetooth phone calls, the battery life would take a hit. Also, there is not enough internal storage to download more than 5 watch faces. Now, if you think about it, these watch faces are around 6 megabytes in size each. So that means there is only around 30 megabytes of space for watch faces, which is a bit of a joke for a 2024 fitness watch. If they added as little as 128 megabytes, I'm saying megabytes, not gigabytes, then we could have downloaded at least 21 more watch faces. So how much would have 128 megabytes cost the company? Furthermore, SPO2 in terms of accuracy was way out. Maybe a future update could improve things. But nevertheless, with all of that being said, I still really like this smart fitness watch, and you simply can't go wrong at that price point. That's all for this video. If you want to see more of my latest and greatest unbiased tech reviews, hit the like button, sub to the channel, and hit the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.